I love the way the power system and structure was set up. I like the concept of Nin itself. How there's like,
What's up, yo?
what the hell?
I'm too
What's
old.
going on? What's
My
going
eyes
on?
are too
Okay.
old.
Okay, well, I like the
just
fact
think-
that Nin had all these different things to it, and how there's different. Everybody has Nin, but everybody has a different type of Nin, and even different types of Nin is all things you can all do, like use in or all these different things. And different Hatsus are created.
It's
like,
almost like
the complexity of it. I love this so much. But
it's almost like a better hockey.
I mean, I guess you could go from there, but I think it's more like a more detailed chakra. Because when you think of the purpose of what Nin does and what hockey does, they exist for two different reasons. But Nin and chakra exist for the same reason. Like without chakra, there is no jutsu. Without Nin, there are no techniques. While you punch you through a mountain without hockey,
I was trying to make a joke there.
Oh. I got you. Oh, we just went live, by the way, guys. What's going on, everybody? Katakuri, Z Boy, say what's up.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, late pinner, man? How you doing, y'all? But yeah, man.
Oh shit! I mean, so
He's much better at the introductions than I am.
it's all cool, man. It's the SOULcast episode 8. I hope I labeled that right. 7? I don't even fucking know. It's one
78. Who knows?
As always, no real. Oh, this is number 7. God, is it? Wait a minute.
But y'all was talking about Hunter x Hunter, right?
No, honestly, we were just chatting. We wasn't really talking about anything. I wanted to. Did you guys read the latest chapter?
What? Oh, because if you're gonna say Hunter, I was gonna be like, yeah, years ago.
yeah, like 6 years ago.
Can I change the title in here? I definitely read the latest chapter of One Piece. I've actually been reading a new manga. Called The Elusive Samurai. I've been reading that weekly.
Wait,
One Piece fans. What you trying to say? It's better than One Piece?
No, it's just interesting so far.
I'm gonna have to change the title of this after it's over, bro. So next week we're gonna have 2 SOULcast number 8. So that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I definitely read I don't know if you did, Z, but I read this week.
Well, if you didn't read it, I don't want to start talking about it. But if you do,
I read this week's chapter during lunch at work. So
okay, we all did then.
Same here. What'd you guys think of the chapter?
It was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad Odin isn't actually alive.
Thank God.
And hella spoiler warning. But yeah, man, I'm glad Odin isn't actually alive. People, I know some people with like a small vocal, not really vocal, but a small minority was like kind of making Yamato Pedo jokes. Turns out, he's not between her breasts, so that's good.
Have no fear, the loner is late in here.
He's leading here. You say he's leading? So we don't need Prince Hansen on Yamato. What else happened? What else happened? Zoro was huffing and puffing. You know what I'm saying? The weakest supernova confirmed.
I would say that's law out of the bunch.
Cat, I'm just
wait. Well, okay, well, first of all, before we even get to that, that's sheer disrespect to law. But secondly,
well, physically speaking, I mean, everything he does is devil fruit related.
Yeah. That's the well, I guess it's when you talk about like sheer strength, because on a level of sheer strength,
because
Zoro has more sheer strength than Luffy. Because
I wouldn't say. All right.
I don't count inflating your muscles and covering yourself in hockey, even though that makes you hit harder. That's not your base strength. That's an enhancement.
Yeah, but I mean, he is related to Garp, so I would say that probably carried over that physical strength.
No, that's not me saying, and that's what people don't understand. That's not me saying Luffy's weak. It's just in terms of like the way I see it. This is how I always break it down. Like because you got Zoro, who at least I have the mindset in terms of just raw physical strength, definitely higher than Luffy. You got Sanjay, who in terms of just like sheer like maneuverability and speed, definitely higher than Luffy. But Luffy's a good mix of both of them. You know what I mean? With his gears, because his gear, There's a reason he has gears because they lack up for what he doesn't necessarily do in his base. Luffy's not outrunning Sanji in his base, but he can still use Gear 2nd and Gear 4 and move a lot faster than he can in his base.
I suppose that's possible. Yeah, I can see that being fair. I can at least agree to.
That's exactly what I was gonna say before I left. Like, when you thinking about it, Luffy's the captain, but without his fruit, another crew member, Zoro and Sanji, could probably be the captain, at least strength wise.
Yeah, but his hockey's better than those two.
Zoro and Sanji have to be that good because they don't have devil fruits, so they just have.
I know. But I'm just saying.
That's not before anybody. That's not saying Luffy's the furthest thing from weak. He punched a city in half without touching it, so we're not saying Luffy.
That's his devil fruit, though.
Not necessarily.
So what's the
Rubber
topic?
doesn't necessarily make him stronger in base.
Yeah, exactly. That's what to say. Like, you can't just put that all on his devil fruit. The devil, it's possible because of his devil fruit, but even he still needs the strength behind it because if Luffy was as strong as Usopp, it doesn't matter if he uses Gear 4. He's not hitting that hard.
Yeah.
So what's the topic?
Nothing.
Just make that the title, the Nothing Show.
Nothing. Episode 7.
But
welcome to the.
I'm just glad that it was Odin. He did not come back. I'm glad of that.
Actually,
but
there was a slight topic. We were just talking about the latest chapter in One Piece. I just wanted to give. Okay, since we got most people in here. Z-Boy, you're gonna be here the shortest amount of time, right?
Probably so, unless because I was watching like I was watching like a new episode, but unless y'all can't hear the TV, then it should be fine.
I can't hear anything in the background.
Okay, then should be all right.
Just to be mindful of that, I guess since we got multiple people in here, let's get some structure in here. I guess we'll just give our brief thoughts on the chapter, and then from there we just go free form and talk about whatever. But I guess we'll go in order. Z-Boy, then Cat, then Loner. Just briefly or however long you feel you need to take. Just talk about how you feel about chapter 1008 in One Piece. You first, Z-Boy.
Oh, I already did.
Oh, that was everything you had to say?
I mean, pretty much. I can't remember a lot of it because I was I said, I was doing my lunch.
We have Doji. We have, or Shintamaru. What does he go by in the community? Like, which one? I don't know.
Oh yeah. That was a good.
Ashura Doji.
That was a good moment. Ashura Doji. That whole quote. I think it was like something about your blades. I don't know, dollar when you're cutting friends or something like that. That was a good quote from them. That was a good moment.
He got hella fucked up after fighting with Kaido. So I mean, like, God, he's not dead. I mean, we know he's not dead. But
I enjoyed Kaido and Big Mom just walking over the supernovas pretty much.
I'm not gonna lie, that part of the chapter, because it's just Luffy. It's so funny to me. It just Luffy's definition of insane. His strategy has not changed at all. He just keeps running into him and he keeps smacking him away. And the other supernovas are looking at him like, bro, what are you doing? Luffy's like,
I like him. It reminds me of Yusuke, and I always love that about Yusuke.
He just keeps getting smacked, and then everybody's like, all right, let's think of an actual plan why he does it.
He's a boxer.
Yeah,
he's got a boxer's mentality.
What about Z-Boy? What about what happened? We got Inuyashi's about to fight Jack again. I love that moment when Jack was like, "Oh man, ain't no moonlight down here," and like ain't no poison guys down here.
I don't know why, but that made me think of something crazy when you was talking about Yusuke, like, and then I just remember about Usopp, because Loner, like, on his Discord, he has like a section where he has versus battles, and I was just thinking about what if Yusuke was like training Usopp at sniping or something, or like Usopp trained Yusuke at sniping, and then Yusuke just got.
Yusuke can blow up a mountain with a spirit gun. It doesn't need to snipe.
I mean, you could blow a mountain, but just imagine like if like Usopp would just teach him how to aim and stuff. Like,
I think he's
like have like more precision. You mean?
I love the progression of Yu Yu Hakusho from how it starts to where it ends. It starts relatively, relatively normal. Where let's say the most destructive thing Yusuke could do is like blow down a wall or potentially. Then he meets the girl, and the girl knocks down a building, and then he meets like Sensui, and they blowing up mountains. Then he's fighting Yomi and shit, and he gets to the point where Genkai tell him, "Yeah, bro, you can literally destroy this planet." It's like the power just escalates, but it doesn't seem out of nowhere. It happens so naturally and gradually. I love that about it.
From what we've seen of Big Mom and Kyle right now, do you think they'll ever get to that level of like the Yusuke type characters.
I think Whitebeard and Roger could potentially be close.
To destroy the planet. I don't think anybody in One Piece is going to get that powerful.
Unless it's Devil Fruit related.
They're already like very, very they're already past. Like you gotta think about like in comparison. You gotta understand, like I said, Luffy punched the city in half without touching it, and compared to the emperors, and he's not weak, but he's nowhere near as strong as them. So, and we haven't really seen them do anything. So if just the force of Doflamingo getting hit by Luffy and touching the ground and split a city in half, I can only imagine what the emperors are truly, actually, really capable of if they really hit that upper limit and they're really trying to deal damage.
Probably the closest person who would relatively have like a Buster Call level attack would be probably end of series Blackbeard.
We're already at the island level of damage.
I wouldn't say just him though.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't they say Whitebeard could destroy a planet?
I'd say NL probably. I'd say possibly Akainu, and possibly, why did you call him Akainu? It's Akainu, moron, and possibly even Kizaru.
I think the statement that Whitebeard could destroy the planet comes just from the nature of his fruit. You just think about what it does. It would. I don't believe it would be very hard to imagine. He wouldn't do this because he wouldn't survive it.
Yeah, he'd kill himself too.
Yeah, he'll kill himself. I don't believe it would be very hard to imagine Whitebeard could rupture the planet's core and then quake it.
Yeah.
It just I don't see, because I mean, look what he was there's doing something, and it's doing something with effort, it's doing something casually. Like when you see Mihawk casually swing at Luffy, not trying to, but slice a mountain of ice like miles away in half, you're just like, oh, okay, what if he put effort into that? It makes you think like that. So
especially when he took down that fleet. I doubt he used any effort at all when he cut down that fleet.
Exactly. So they're already like the top tiers of One Piece casually are already at the island mountain level. So continental level, higher than that. With effort, I don't see it being like, it's not like mind blowing to me.
Yeah,
like I can imagine if Zoro does some kind of Iron Man Haki 9 sword style Tatsumaki, he put a fucking hole in Wano. You know what I mean?
Like, something I did want to bring up on the point of Whitebeard wouldn't do that because he'd kill himself. People were questioning why Whitebeard didn't use his fruit against Roger, and my response was, you do realize if Whitebeard did that, he'd destroy the island and drown himself as well as every devil fruit in his crew. Like, you don't think? I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to commit suicide.
I mean, could it be like a DBZ thing where it's like they could focus it on one point so they don't just destroy everything? Like, can't fruit?
No, that's exactly what you gotta think about it. Like, how many times in DBZ have we stated, like, just like when Goku did right before he did Warp Kamehameha, when he was about to shoot that full power Kamehameha cell, and it was like, yo, don't hit the ground because you're going to go through the planet and explode it. And that's what the threat was. Obviously, he can do it, but he's not going to because he'll kill himself. So it is a matter of it's not the power of the attack; it's where the attack hits.
Oh well, I think they kind of showed us something like similar to that with like Punk Hazard.
Well, what happened to Punk Hazard? I know,
it was kind of like touching on how you're not trying to just blow up or I should say destroy the surroundings, but just focus on the battlefield instead of like what's up around you. So like Punk Hazard was kind of contained to where they were just focusing on their attacks within the area.
Well, no, that makes a lot of sense, because you got to think about this. Like, say, take like we're in Wano, for example. Like, Zoro's on the rooftop now, but when he was down there chasing Apu, it'd have been it's very easy. Why didn't Zoro just shoot a big ass pound cannon and blow up a chunk of the? Well, because there's a lot of people that are his allies that will be in that attack. So it's not just something you can just do. It's not that you're not capable of doing it. It's just what's the ramifications of doing such a thing?
Yep.
So most certainly, definitely.
It's the same reason why assuming the admirals do have awakenings, it's the same reason why they wouldn't have gone all out on Marineford, because, again, they don't want to destroy it and kill a bunch of their own men, possibly even themselves in the aftermath.
Which is why Akaino didn't fucking do Meteor Volcano until the White Bear pirates were located to one area.
Yeah. It's entirely possible they weren't even going all out, with their base fruit, if you will. There might have been a lot more techniques they could use. It's just they don't want to, kill all their men.
No, exactly, 100%. It's just like oh damn! I just had like a perfect example to go based on what you were just saying, but I lost it that quick. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the point's been established. It's just it's not a matter of not being able to do something. It's just when's the right time to do. Oh, okay, this is what I'm about to say. Like people are saying it was like, oh goddamn, King and Queen are looking so impressed because Marco's walking. We gotta think about this. Marco only has to focus on defending himself. King and Queen can't just attack willy nilly because they don't want to accidentally hit each other. Meanwhile, Marco could I could just do what the fuck I want to do right now.
True. So I thought you were for some reason gonna make a Bleach reference to Yamamoto, but you didn't.
I got problems with Bleach and what their statements of Yamamoto's power, because sometimes I don't know. From a physics standpoint, I don't really quite understand it, but
Yeah, true. I would have used Yamamoto as an example of not wanting to go all out because you'd kill yourself and everybody else.
Well, see, my problem with that is okay, let's talk about Yamamoto real quick, because it's been saying Yamamoto's flames are like as hot as the sun, right? Now, from the very little I know about physics, the temperature of the sun is so intense. If you was to even spark a flame that intense on this planet, the planet would turn to ash immediately. So I could just use the logic that, well, obviously he's not using his flames at their full intensity, but why even state that his flames are that hot if we're never going to see them make?
Well, because we can't really use science really to the complete extent, because
you shouldn't use
people be like Kizaru isn't actually light speed because if you speed up to light speed, wouldn't it destroy the universe or something? It's something like that. People
he'd be unable to stop.
But that's not scientifically sound, because going light speed would destroy you. I don't understand that at all. But what I'm saying is why state his flames are that hot if we'll never see him make his flames that hot? There's a lot of evidence to identify that.
I mean, they say his flames are that hot. It says his flames are. I think he has a tag that says his flames are hotter than the sun or something.
I mean, I guess the way I look at it is it's a heaven type world.
Or was it the surface of the sun? It was like a black blade or something like.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, Kat. What were you about to say?
I was going to say the way I always looked at it is, okay, there's no real logic here, but Soul Society's essentially heaven in a way. So I just look at it as it operates using different physics because it's basically a supernatural realm.
And I could get behind it, but was that stated? Because like it was stated in Yu Yu Hakusho, since we could only use about 15% of his power in the human realm.
Yeah.
If you use any more than that, the whole planet will literally start shaking and start falling apart because of how dense the world is built. But
yeah,
everything's built more dense, so he can let it reflex, and then they won't be catastrophic casualties. Even though him and Yusuke just trading punches was creating hurricanes and shit.
Oh yeah,
disintegrating mountains just from trading punches. But was it stated in Bleach that the Soul Society is more durable than?
I could swear it was. All I remember is well, that was the reason as to why they have to wear those. They have to have those limiters when they go into the human world, because their full power would decimate it a lot more easily than Soul Society.
I thought that was because their Ryatsu can crush a human soul effortlessly.
Wasn't Aizen the only one that did that? Actually made people cease to exist?
Not sure. Gotta go look at that. Gotta go back and check.
It's been a while.
Yeah, since I read Bleach.
So I actually do have a question.
What's up?
So how does everybody feel about people in Wano not dying?
It's One Piece.
I'm hoping for Onigashima to drop, and I'm not saying that I want to see people die, of course, but for something that's supposed to be eventually, culminating as a war, people die in wars.
Right.
And
but the only thing to that is like people die in wars, definitely. But you also gotta just think about the world as a whole. Look, people in One Piece are just incredibly superhuman, and they've always been. It's not an inconsistency. They've always. They even got people.
Okay, so question: Pound.
Pound's dead. I mean, until I see him again, I'm just gonna assume Pound's dead.
No, he got the will of P.
God, I forgot about him.
Pound is alive.
Oh no! So we don't. So we. The thing about that, I guess Oda saved himself because we didn't see Pound die. We saw Oven go to attack him, but we don't know what happens next. So we literally don't know.
I mean, it's kind of similar to Jinbei. How the hell did he come to Wano completely unscathed?
Pound has the will of P, so you know.
So Jinbei has the will of J.
Wano unscathed is just like, and this is the point I was about to make. It's like I said, bro. It's just like you got people like say you take like a Zoro or a Sanji or a Jinbei, right? Like they're in terms of like they're physical specimens, like they're beasts. You know what I mean? They're incredibly like powerful and durable. But even somebody like who's Usopp, who has like great perception and great sniping skills. Physically, his body is nowhere near comparable to like Zoro or Sanji, but even he could take 8,000 pounds to the face, fly to the atmosphere, and crash it on the ground and still be alive. So
didn't he get shot by an L too?
Well, yeah, exactly. So like, what the point I'm making to that is, and then like, the first half of One Piece happens in less than a year. So that's fight after fight after fight after fight after fight, and they're healing up within a matter of a week or so. So whatever happened to Jinbei when Luffy left Whole Cake and he came back now, I'm not surprised he's better now because look how fast they heal.
True.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm just saying, like, you know, at some point, some people is, you know, gonna have to start dying.
I don't hold that belief. I heard a lot of people say that, not even just about One Piece, about like other things, but I don't believe people dying makes your series better.
Depends on the characters, I'd say. People in general dying would just seem wasteful, but their death is only meaningful if you have an attachment to those characters and the way they go out is not just, I don't want to use the words well done, but
the character is what you're saying.
Yeah, like
so if Pedro came back alive, would you be okay with that?
No,
I wouldn't. But I don't think Pedro will be coming back.
I'd be furious.
When Pedro comes back, he got the will P.
If Pedro comes back, then I need to see Ace coming back with a giant with a big scar in his chest.
Yeah, you know, it definitely. It's just like one of those things where it's like because like when around the time when Naruto's happened, people were saying the same thing. Not enough people died in this war. It's like I don't like. Well, who do you want to die? Like I'll put it to you this way: if I was right, okay, well that's one thing. But the point I was making is like if I was writing a series, right, and I had like, let's just focus on my main cast. If I had a main cast as a writer, I wouldn't want my fucking main character to die unless I needed one or two of them to die to really drive home a point I'm trying to make. I wouldn't.
They took out Neji.
So my main characters wouldn't die. But at the same time, I'm not about to feel compelled just to kill a character just because people's like somebody has to die. I was like, why? I don't want him to die. And like, and, you know, it's just I don't think that's gonna make your series better. Because I've seen a lot of series where people just die just for like shock. Like kind of like it's related, but you might not get the reference, but like a lot of comic books. So I was watching Arrow. I remember it was like season 4 or something when they killed Black Canary. To me, to the day, just the dumbest thing ever. They did it for no reason. They just, I was like, oh, Black Canary, oh, shock, Black Canary's dead. I'm like, well, like, why is Black Canary? You know what I mean? It's just like, you know, now Black Canary's dead. And then they brought her back because from what happened from a different universe. And it was like, that's like, so you didn't want the character to not be on screen. You just thought you needed to kill somebody. Like stuff like
that.
I mean, like Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I don't like Attack on Titan. Like that's why I say I don't think people dying makes your series better. Like
depends on the series, too.
Like, but conversely, I really like a comic got killed. I got to go back and finish it. And characters die like crazy. I
hate a comic got killed so much.
I don't. Have you read the manga or watched the anime?
I mean, I don't know. I just watched the anime. And it's the character. It's an example of characters dying so much that I just don't care.
Well, see, like the anime is terrible, and they did like after like episode 8. They just completely gave up on following the actual plot and just made their own shit up. So
just like Fullmetal Alchemist.
Like just don't watch. If If you're interested in Comic Kill, just read the manga because just like you said, Full Metal or like Soul Eater or something. The anime or Blue Exorcist, the anime literally does not follow the actual fucking story. It makes its own shit up. And how dare you be so pretentious to think that the story you make up is better than the story the author originally created?
Because it's not.
Yeah.
But with that being stated, it's just like I don't like the fact that characters of the comic I kill die so much, and as the story progresses, they don't die so frequently. You kind of get to this little core unit, but that just goes to like you have a series like Comic I Kill or a series like Attack on Titan, which I just really don't like, but people just like dying left and right. And like this doesn't make it better to me because I don't care about the characters. You know what I mean? It's like at the end of the day, to me, a series is if I don't care about the characters, why am I reading it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Have you ever seen Blood Plus?
No, but I was like, I've been meaning to watch that because I love vampire shit. So I've been meaning to like watch that.
I'm a vampire snob, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, live action TV often fall into that problem of killing off characters. Where they just kill off characters for shock value.
Yeah, I remember the internet was in the uproar. I've never seen the show, but I remember the internet was in uproar with like the Asian guy Walking Dead. Like, well, one episode was like he seemed like he died.
Oh yeah.
Died. Then like the next episode he actually died. You know, it's like
that dumpster, that freaking dumpster, bro.
But like,
Glenn.
The character should. I feel like if a character is going to die, it should push the other characters forward. It should be something, not just like when Jiraiya died, it meant something. You know what I mean?
That shit hurt.
If characters just die for no reason, those people saying Naruto, nobody died in this war. And so I guess Kishimoto just watched.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. When I seen the whole show called The Magicians all the way through. And then, like, they killed like one of the main people for no reason, and like, that just trashes the whole show.
Yeah. Well, also, just to go back to speak about the people say people don't die and shit. What I think people mean is like main characters don't die. Fine, I guess, because it's literally only Neji. But to that point, that's not true. Because I have a friend who's watching Naruto for the first time and One Piece, and I'm watching it with him, and I'm rewatching the Fourth Great Ninja War right now. And there was literally one instance where it was like. The fighting kind of came to a standstill, and the Shinobi Alliance is talking about how they just lost about 40% of their forces. So people are dying. You can't say people aren't dying. You know, I'm pretty sure right now if you look at like wasn't CP0 just talking about how like the samurai and Kaido and Big Mom's army they're losing forces at the same so it's just people with names that you care about aren't dying, but it's not like nobody's dying in this war.
I mean now that I think about it, didn't Shikamaru's dad die?
Shikamaru's dad died as well, and Ino's dad, and not Choji's, right?
I think it was Shikamaru and Ino's dad.
Yeah, Ino's dad. So there's that. Like I said, I guess I mean, I guess to put my foot out on that. I don't understand the complaint. It was like enough people aren't dying. It was like, okay, well then who do you want to die, and why do you want them to die, and how do you think that's going to make the story better? That's the only
well, it's less often if you want to die as in like I hate them or something, but it's more of like.
Well, no, but if you're going to say people need to die, then you need to say who has to die.
In One Piece,
or just say anything. Well, like we're talking about Wano right now. If you're saying enough people aren't dying. Then my question is, then who has to die?
I like Kinemon, but I think Kinemon should die. The father Momonosuke's character.
You hear Goro.
I get the feeling all 9 scabbards might die by the time this is over, but we'll see. I get the feeling all of them might die because of the whole little like the inspiration for the Wano arc was based off like this old Japanese film about 9 samurai, and by the end of the movie they all died, and so I'm pretty sure Oda's gonna stay to that to some extent. But who knows? You might not.
Well, the Kabuki plays. Do you think that it will actually be 3 or 5?
It's gonna be. It just Act 3 is just so fucking long right now. But like I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 5 acts, and I'm pretty sure Act 4 and 5 is gonna be about as short as Act 1 and 2. It's just Act 3 is just really fucking long.
Yeah, older man forgot it was an act, but he just has to.
I think he's doing like the story because you need the start, you need the mission, you need the climax, which would be I guess Act 3, which would be the battle. Then you need Act 4, which would be like the despair, or the point where the hero gets so low where you don't see how they can win, and then it finishes up, and then Act 5 is the resolution and the cleanup. So I think we haven't hit that point yet. There's going to be some point when like they're probably fighting and Luffy and the other supernovas, and everybody's just getting their ass kicked, and oh my god, the Tri Alliance is going to lose, and then something's going to happen. They're going to make their comeback, and that's how Act 3 is going to end probably. I can only
Oh yeah. Oh, would it be crazy? Would it be crazy if Act 3 ends and like Kaido breaks Emma?
Right, it has something along the lines of that has because you have to hit. We haven't hit that low yet. You know what I mean? We never hit that low where we as viewers wonder how are our heroes going to get out of this alive. You know, and I think that's when Act 3 is going to wrap up when we hit that low in the battle.
Yeah, because Cole's video, like he was saying that he doesn't believe that it'll be five acts. He thinks that it'll be just 3 acts, and then he'll make the third one super long.
Who's Cole? King of Lightning.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Cole McGrath, like Infamous. Like, who's Cole? What video was that? I don't think I've seen that one. I mean, that could be the case, but then I don't see why Oda would make it modeled after a Kabuki play if he doesn't follow the format of a Kabuki play. You know,
right?
I mean, who knows? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, like I'm not the fucking dude with the pen in my hand drawing the characters, but I just, like I said, I'm just gonna, because like I said, we still haven't hit that. You know what I mean? Like we got the little backstory. Then Lion showed up, and now we're getting this fights, and then like, but we still have not hit that point, in where we hit that low, where we wonder like how our hero's gonna make the comeback, and then obviously there'll be the comeback. Unless Oda just decides to have them fucking lose, and One Piece is over, you know.
All right. But on another note, have you seen any of the Disney Plus shows?
No, I gotta binge WandaVision out of this over. And then as soon as Falcon Winter Soldier's over, I'm going to binge that. But I was going to binge WandaVision like on Wednesday and probably do a video about it and just see how I feel.
Okay. Well, I won't make any spoilers. I won't.
Like, I've been thoroughly spoiled on more. I mean, the thing about me and spoilers, I don't like being spoiled, but a lot of times when I do get spoiled, I end up forgetting the spoilers. But then as I watch it, I remember them like, oh, yeah, I was spoiled on that. So, like, I've been thoroughly spoiled on WandaVision, but it's just, I forgot most shit I was spoiled on already.
Oh, okay.
You guys go without me for like 10 minutes because this is the second time this person's called me.
Okay. Doug. So, Katakuri, you still in here? Or Z-Boy? And by myself.
Yo, give me a second, Lone. I'll be right there. Yo, Z-Boy, Cat, you guys still there?
Oh, well, I was asking if they was, but I didn't hear none.
Okay. Give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Oh, what'd I miss? Hello? Hello?
Yo, I'm back. What's up? Everybody got their mic muted? Hey, yo, y'all there?
Yeah, I'm here. Give me 1 second. And I think Luna's still here. But hold on, give me 1 second.
Did something happen?
It's like I came back and everybody mic was muted and you had left.
I had to use the bathroom, sorry.
Yeah, so I guess you can't hear that TV, right?
I can't. I don't know about anybody.
All right, I'm back. I'm back.
Okay, and I am back too.
Hey, did y'all see the Suicide Squad trailer?
Yeah, God, I love any and everything with Harley Quinn in it.
Yes.
Except for that terrible fucking Harley Quinn cartoon.
I have not.
And don't forget Birds of Prey.
Let's watch that shit real quick. I'm gonna play it.
You can. I'll head off for a sec.
See, but you can't deny that Birds of Prey was kind of
It looked garbage to me, and I wasn't gonna waste my time.
I never watched it.
I didn't hate it, but I did think it could have been better. But then again, I might be speaking with an extreme bias.
I just don't care about Birds of Prey.
You saying that because you think Harley Quinn is sexy?
The problem with the Birds of Prey is that the fact that it was called Birds of Prey and I didn't see the Birds of Prey, or at least what I'm saying is like the characters
exactly
who they were. I was like, all right. The only thing that lets me know this character is the Huntress because she has a bow and arrow. A crossbow. The only thing that lets me know this character is Black Canary is because she screams. You tell me this is Cassandra Cain. That don't look shit like Cassandra Cain. I don't know what Cassandra Cain you talking about. You know, it's on that level. Also, no Barbara Gordon. Kind of weird that the Birds of Prey, no Barbara Gordon. The only character that was true to form was, I guess, Harley. But I had problems with Harley in that movie too because, like, for the entire film, I'm supposed to be getting behind this character. So she's like a complete asshole. And my only problem with that is Harley's supposed to be like a tragic, sympathetic character. You know, she literally suffers from Stockholm syndrome, and in the movie, she's literally being the aggressor most of the time and taking no accountability for the shit she did. So I'm behind her and be like, you know, so I don't know. Weird.
And also, why would you have Joker living in a suburban house?
Man, it's not even just about suburban house. He's some wannabe bad boy with tattoos and shit. Like,
he's not the Joker, bro. I don't care what anybody says. He is not the Joker.
He's not a Joker. I don't know what he is. He's a goofball.
Rich boy who decided to join the Joker's fan club and dressed himself up
with some trying to be gangster teeth and all. Bro, even if he wasn't based off the Joker, I would hate that villain.
I actually really like Jared Leto's Joker. I love his portrayal.
I think it's Jared Leto. I don't think he's a good actor at all. I think he should just stick to music.
Well, did you like him in the Snyder Cut category?
I'm not going to watch Snyder Cut because
come on.
I do not like the casting of the Justice League minus Henry Cavill. I do not care.
But the Snyder Cut is actually better, though.
It's actually good.
Look, the fact of the matter is, if you don't like Zack Snyder's style, you're not going to like this movie.
Yeah, the only movie I like from him is the one that's most divisive, and that's Man of Steel.
I like Man of Steel, too. I like Zack Snyder's style.
Most divisive?
I love
most divisive because everybody freaks out about the whole infamous, controversy revolving around it.
Or because he killed somebody?
Yeah, when I've seen him kill so many people in animated series all the freaking time.
Well, I mean, and I've done so many videos in this. I hate bringing this up over and over again, but it's called a story arc. I love it. And there's like people say there's so much destruction in Man of Steel. The literally next movie in the series addressed all that because it was part of it. It was, it just
destroys cities all the time when he's fighting supervillains all the freaking time.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm pretty sure that the Avengers and Justice League, the battling like other villains, probably killed people from collateral damage.
Remember Civil War? That was the whole topic about the Accords being put in place because all the destruction they caused.
Yeah. Civil War is actually good, though.
Superman can't kill Zod. He kills so many people in the animated series.
The only problem with that, that's a good point, but it took Marvel, 10 movies to address that when it's been happening. Zack Snyder literally addressed it in the very next film. So much for it, and that's what I love about Zack Snyder's Justice League and Batman Superman is each movie starts where the last one ends. So Man is still ends, Zod's next step, whatever. As soon as Batman v Superman starts, you see everything happening in Man of Steel from Batman's perspective, exact. And soon,
I know Batman was an idiot in that movie, but okay.
Batman v Superman to me is a horrible movie, but
I mean, just like the movie you want. The point I'm making is you see everything that happened at the end of Man of Steel from Batman. It's chained together you're flipping pages in a comic book.
That's true. I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So or just as soon as Batman v Superman ends, Justice League, the actual Justice League starts. the exact same scene for when Batman v Superman ends, with Superman dying, and the ramification that has on the world past there and that point over. Like,
Superman shouldn't have died, but
movies to address.
He was the main reason I wasn't going to watch Justice League. That was the main reason. He's one of the founding members, and you're going to have Wonder Woman and Batman found it. Come on.
I mean, no, it's not even that, bro. Superman shouldn't even die. The way he died doesn't make any sense. But I'm sorry.
And maybe it is my bias, but to me, the 2003 Justice League series is perfect, and that's a template that pretty much the live action movie should have followed.
Well, no, see, I disagree with that wholeheartedly, because at that point you're just disregarding somebody's right to make an Elseworld story and tell it and put a different take on it.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I just didn't care for. I mean, come on.
Steppenwolf. Oh well, I mean, see, what I have gripe with is like not so much the characters and like, well, not so much the movies. My gripe is actually with Warner Brothers, because they tear apart so many plans, so many great characters, and like to like implement and cut down and shave off great stories.
The problem with Warner Brothers is because my whole standpoint on that is, and I spoke about this a bunch of times, but like, if you wanted something, you shouldn't hire you shouldn't hire somebody and knowing that they have a certain vision and tell them, well, we don't want this. Well, then hire somebody else, right? But when you, as a studio, and they didn't just do this with Zack, they did it with Wonder Woman, they did it with a bunch of other things. Go in and tell them no.
That's what I'm saying. Like the whole creative team, just like, well, it needs to go.
Like, I think you should just let a director make their movie, and then acquire the audience from there instead of trying to be preemptive. It was like, well, we want this audience. Well, that's not what this director's going for. Just let them make their vision, because just because you don't have that market doesn't mean you don't have a market. It's very counterintuitive to your own profit, because then you fuck up something for the market you already had to try to acquire the market, but without realizing that other market doesn't give a doesn't give a fuck about what you want to make anyway, and then you're pissing off the actual market you have by fucking with the thing that they like. So you're only fucking your own revenue up at the end of the day.
And to be fair,
so they don't have a direction either, though.
No. They had a direction. The direction is hire a director, let him make the fucking movie he wanted to make, and just see if people like it or not, instead of just being like, reactionary. Well, some people say they don't like it. Fuck them, some people. They don't have to. You don't.
But you have to realize, so Hollywood.
No, because Quentin Tarantino wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah, but
that's the point I'm making.
See, when I say Hollywood, I'm like talking about, okay, well.
No, I get what you're saying. Like,
I can put out a movie that people would totally see, but if I put the Hollywood idea on it.
No, I get what you're saying. Warner Brothers wanted one-time blockbuster movies, like with Marvel.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he wanted to make an actual story arc with a story he's trying to tell in his certain way. And it's like, well, can you make it more like the Avengers though? Hire somebody else. It's just it's just that simple. It's just, or if you're gonna hire this person, let them.
I mean, I feel like they are just throwing just darts at the wall and be like, well, let's try this, and so.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They hired somebody who had an actual plan, an actual idea. He actually wanted to do it, and they went in afterwards. It was like, well, we want you to change because we wanted to be more like this. Then why did you hire me to make it? That's what I'm saying. Like, Zack Snyder's like, he's not throwing darts.
Well, to be fair, the company wouldn't have let him release the 4-hour movie in the theaters. So like it had to be at least 2.5.
Dude, it goes even further than that. Just
do a part 1 and part 2.
But that's what I'm saying. That was the plan was to make Man of Steel. This is Zack Snyder said this was the plan. It was to make Man of Steel. Then it was to make a movie called Batman v Superman. It was to make a movie called Dawn of Justice. Then a Justice League 1 and 2. They told him, hey, can you take Batman v Superman and this Dawn of Justice and just make one movie out of it? and then we're gonna slice Justice League. But this is what I'm saying. The dude already had a plan, but they was like, but we wanted to be more like this. Then just
wasn't he originally going to do a Man of Steel sequel and not Batman v Superman until they basically started like trying to make him change things?
Zack Snyder said himself that was not his plan. They wanted a Man of Steel sequel.
Well, I think that's what he should have done, but that's just me.
Because the original plans was to do the
wait, hold on.
After Justice League, it was supposed to be Shazam, Aquaman 2, and then Wonder Woman 2, and then they were planning on having the Green Lantern team up with the Flash.
Loner.
You know why they didn't do that? Because of the fact that they what?
No, what I'm trying to say is, like, I understand what you're saying, but that's Warner Brothers. Like that has nothing to do with what Zack Snyder originally wanted to do. That's all Warner Brothers. Like,
yeah, but that's what I was saying that. Right. That's what the that's what Warner Brothers slate was.
Right, but that's my point. So if that's what you wanted, find somebody who has the same creative vision as you who would fit that. If that's what all you wanted, Zack Snyder said that was his only point was to tell a story about a world with fallen heroes that did not have a Superman, and that Superman was introduced to this world, and that Superman reinvoked these heroes, and then you see them come back to be the Warner Brothers. We're going to change this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Well, then you just fucked up the whole thing. That's why it seems incoherent, because you didn't just let the dude do what he wanted to do. If that's not what you wanted, then you shouldn't have hired the dude, because he told you this is what I wanted to do. And you tried to shove a square peg into a round circle when you could have just found the fucking round fucking peg.
Let me explain.
That's what I was saying, that Warner Brothers is stupid.
What I'm saying is that's a good idea on paper, but I think, Kat, you there?
I mean, I'm considering heading out, to be honest, but
okay. I was gonna say, remember how we was talking about? Okay, so it's a good idea on paper, but the fact is that they want to do it so bad that the way they went about it with the whole Superman killing thing doesn't even make any sense. Like, he shouldn't have died. We explained, and me and Cav talked about that, of like why it makes no sense. The reason why he's died, he could have easily drew the kryptonite spear to Wonder Woman, who was better with weapons, and
he had absolutely
a bunch of time to do it. Like, he didn't need to die. But they just wanted him to die.
Smart, right? But they made him act like a dumbass.
Like, he's just sitting there, just a lone monologue, like 10 minutes straight, just going towards the enemy. He doesn't throw the spear towards Wonder Woman, who's better with weapons and isn't weak against kryptonite or anything. Like, he just wanted to die. Like,
and for one, Z-Boy. And what else, Z-Boy?
I was just saying, but you could apply that logic to literally anything. From that exact same logic, then Iron Man didn't need to die in any game.
See, but what else?
God, don't get me started on that.
There, though. That's a difference.
That was literally my end. By the way, like, that was my end for the MCU. After that, I was like, screw this, I'm done.
No, but ultimately there is no difference, because there was other people who wouldn't have died if they snapped, like Thor, Captain Marvel, Hulk. There were
maybe Captain America could have done it.
It was the heat.
Cap could have done it.
No, what I'm saying is, if Cap would have snapped, he would have died too. Like, what I'm saying, there's people.
But he was going to go away anyway. Oh, you're gonna. Oh, he can live to be a geezer, but we got to kill Iron Man. No,
that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is just saying this character didn't. I understand what you're saying. You could have.
Captain Marvel could have done it. She would have lived.
See, but I have a rebuttal for that. I have a rebuttal for that.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Contracts.
Wait a minute. I didn't even say what I was about to say.
That's it. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. He can just retire as an old man and just do the storyline there.
Guys, just like, the point I'm making is, like, you say he could have just touched the spirit of one. Of course, but that's just being semantic at the point. I was saying, like, there
is it really, dude? Like, he was like, it wasn't like, okay, dude, so different. Tony was going head to head with Thanos. It was like right then and there. He had to do something right then and there.
Dude, hold on, Z-Boy. That only happened because they filmed it that way. Like,
true.
Like literally, it only happened because they filmed it that way. What I'm saying is, just like Hulk snapped the gauntlet early in the movie, did not die. There's people like Thor, Hulk, Captain Marvel, probably Scarlet Witch. There's other people who are more powerful.
And Doctor Strange probably could have done it.
Yeah, there's just people more powerful who would not die that you could have just wrote the story differently, and then Tony didn't have. This is the only point I'm making. So at that point, you pick apart anything like that and say, "Well, why did he do it?" It's because
I really don't think so, dude. I mean,
what do you mean you don't think so? The only reason why Tony
really, dude, literally. If Superman,
well, that is true. They could have wrote it differently, but
obviously
I don't know.
Wrote it differently, but what I'm saying is, obviously they could write anything differently. But what I'm saying is, okay, here's the thing, right? It makes sense that Tony, right then and there, while he's fighting Thanos, and he gets the stone, he's like, "Oh, I got to do this right here now." What's the difference between Superman having plenty of time to think of another situation and? It's not like he's sitting up there just, boxing Dark Side. I mean, what Doomsday, whatever, and then he grabbed the.
I don't understand your point at all. The only thing that happened was Superman picked up the spear, he flew at Doomsday, and he stabbed him with it. And
why did he fly at him? Why did he not think of something else?
Well, hold on. What I'm saying, like what you're
actually,
saying.
I could add some context because. Well, Wonder Woman said nothing about having invisibility powers, so that's a plot hole right there.
True.
So she could have turned him directly invisible. He could have stabbed Doomsday into the movie.
Yeah.
They added that power. They added that power years later.
Those invisibility powers wasn't thought of at that time, and what I mean by wasn't thought of is that was something that Warner Brothers did it with Patty Jenkins.
Then don't do it. Then don't do it as a prequel because it destroys the whole narrative.
But hold on. That's
Wonder Woman 2 was a prequel.
Yes, but it's a prequel.
So she had it the whole time.
Loner. If you wrote a story, and then I wrote a prequel to your story, and I gave characters powers in a prequel to your story that you wrote that you never intended for them to have, is that my fault or is that yours?
Technically, I'd say that's your fault, but
yeah, because if I had powers the whole time,
no,
why didn't I say anything?
Once again, I wrote a story.
Okay,
you wrote a prequel to my story, and then you added powers that I never said existed.
Well, then you should have made it as a sequel, not a prequel.
Oh yeah,
but that's what.
It's called backwards writing.
Yeah,
backwards writing.
Pretty much.
Another writer to someone else's story.
Then they should all be on the same page if they're going to be connected like that.
See, but the problem is, say for instance, you're like having a continued story, but another person just wrote the same exact character having some powers. Why wouldn't she have the same powers in the future?
Once again, I write a story and you add powers that I never said existed. You can't fault the person because they never said it existed.
Why wouldn't you say anything?
Because the intention was never for them. First off, this was never for them to have the fucking powers to begin with. But then you came and then you added powers, and then you go back to the other person. Why didn't they do this in your story? I didn't want them to fuck. I never said they could do that.
And that's the problem.
This man Superman literally let himself just get slowly destroyed by the kryptonite. And I'm sorry.
See, because that's the whole problem. They put plot holes in, and they put plot holes in movies and don't explain them.
But the plot holes are only created because Warner Brothers as a studio is creating them.
And they are the problem. As I said, they are the problem.
I don't get where you're coming from because Zack Snyder didn't write Wonder Woman 1 or 2.
No, like I'm saying.
So how's that a fault of his story when he didn't write those prequels?
No. What I'm saying is,
now how's that a plot hole in his story when he didn't write those prequels with these powers that he never said existed?
But if you're looking at it like through the scope of, okay, this is supposed to be tied to the current story, correct?
That's outside interference though. That's not the.
But it's supposed to be tied to the current story though. So it technically is a plot hole because it's connected to the current story.
But that's about it. Like I said, that's as valid as like. First off, you're talking about multiple directors in one studio forcing these directors to make one coherent thing, as opposed to someone having an original idea. Like I said, Zack Snyder only wanted to make 5 movies. He did not want to make a giant expanding universe and do this, that, and the third. Like I said, he literally said, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, and then 2 Justice movies. That was originally all he wanted to do.
I mean, it would have been better if like it still would have been kind of probably some BS would have happened, but like if Wonder Woman had invincibility in the past and then somehow she lost her memories or something, and I don't know, it's BS still, but at least it wouldn't be like, hey, why didn't you say Superman's life, or something, or like why didn't you?
Well, that's like saying Superman has frost breath like in the past, but in the future, I'm not gonna use it. I'll just use my laser eyes.
You get what I'm saying though? Like the idea of them losing memories or something, like she lost her memories of being able to use that ability somehow. Like it still be BS, probably depending on how they write it. But
I'm saying it's completely going over your guys' heads for some reason. Like I don't think you understand what I'm saying at all. Like I don't understand what's complicated about what I'm saying. The reason she didn't do that is because when that story was drafted, long before Wonder Woman 1 or 2 was ever fucking thought of created, because they were created as afterthoughts, not by the person who made this story. The reason she didn't do that is because the person who originally made the story.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like I completely agree with what you're saying. So all I'm saying is, if that was the purpose, don't tie it to the current story because you're going to have problems and plot holes. That's the problem. You tied it to the current story.
I'm not blaming the original creator, but it's still a problem in the story. I mean, I don't care about DC to that extent, but yeah, it is a problem in the story. But yeah. I mean, to be honest, though, I don't know. Like, how far does her invincibility even go? Like, how much would it have been a help to?
I mean, I'm assuming that Doomsday couldn't see through invisibility. I don't know his powers, so I mean,
does it last forever? Like what does her invincibility do? Is what I'm saying. Like, what is it? I know it makes her invisible, obviously, but what is it like? Like,
I mean, the Jet was like invisible for like a long, extended period of time. So I mean, it certainly would have helped in the battle. Yes.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it would have. I mean, I don't know. I get what you're trying to say about, but in that, I mean, there's an interesting like review about how like, well, anybody else could snap their fingers with the Infinity Gauntlet, but there is kind of a difference between a complete like moment and like you having time to like rethink your choices. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, how about this? But in the past, she didn't have her her shield and sword in the past. So why?
Once again, I make a story. You add extra shit to it without asking me, and then tell me my story's flawed because, well, in this prequel that was made years after you made the original story, they said this. I'm like, what? Well, what?
Yeah, it's flawed. It's flawed, but not.
I mean, I'm not blaming Zach. I'm blaming Patty Jenkins because she messed up the continuation of the story.
And also to that point about like not using her sword and the shield. I mean, look who she was fighting against. I mean, I guess towards the end of the first Wonder Woman, I can see it more, but in Wonder Woman 1 and 2, she spent most of her time fighting regular ass people. Like she's not.
Yeah. That one's an easy one to like look over. Like in a sense of being like, how I put it, in the sense of being
I mean,
like
Cheetah
that's not
wasn't
a big
really
deal.
a regular person though.
Yeah, but Wonder Woman also had no intention to kill Cheetah though.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of. That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
that one's one that's where like that's not really a big of deal, but the invincibility is kind of a big deal. The shield and stuff ain't a big deal. She was
And
only
the
fighting
flight.
humans.
And don't
Wait,
forget the
what?
flight too.
Wait, what? Wait, what? She could fly?
Yeah.
Because Patty Jenkins just, even though Zack Snyder didn't want his Wonder Woman to fly, Patty Jenkins was like, doesn't Wonder Woman fly? I'm like, well, but my Wonder Woman doesn't. Oh, okay, I'm gonna make her fly. Wait, but my Wonder Woman doesn't fly. So you're fucking. You see what I'm saying? So how is that on the? When you go back and get someone else, if Zack Snyder would have made Wonder Woman 1 and 2, I would understand exactly what the fuck you guys are saying. It would make no sense.
Yeah, I mean, she could fly, she can turn invisible, and then Superman just draws up the kryptonite like he's going towards Doomsday or distract him. He draws up the kryptonite dang up in the air. One woman grabs it, then stabs him while she's invincible. The movie is done. No one dies, besides the villain. And yeah, I feel like to me, I just feel like they just needed Superman to die. Like, I feel like he didn't need to die there. And I get what you're saying. Tony didn't need to die either, but I think it's a little bit different. Like, for one, Tony is kind of like meant to be an emotional moment, like in the end of kind of like an era. While I don't know how to describe it. We just disagree on that. We just maybe
it happened that way because that's the way that the author of the story wanted to happen. Like, when I'm saying this Tony have to die is because you could say, well, Tony died because he was right there and he had the jewel. Well, okay, fine. Well, also, I don't even say how he used the jewels without the gauntlet, to be honest. But like,
he has Iron Man arm.
Thanos had to go to a fucking planet in the middle of the fucking solar galaxy and have a gauntlet created specifically for harnessing the powers of the jewels. But Tony's gauntlet that was made on Earth with Earth technology can harness the powers of the jewels.
Because he's Tony Stark.
Right.
He created time travel, dude.
Yeah, but at the same time, that is kind of a cop out, too.
I mean, I guess, but it is Tony Stark though.
So Tony on Earth can do what the Lair can do.
I mean, he created time travel in the same movie. So
no, he didn't. First off, he didn't do it by himself. He had the help of Bruce Banner and Ant-Man to do it as well. And he actually didn't even put it together. Ant-Man was the reason they figured out how to do it.
I mean, either way, I mean, I get what you're saying, like, but. Yeah. Tony Stark is kind of a plot device a little bit in that way. I guess he seems smart. That like,
what I'm making with Tony being the one right there. That's the way the scene was portrayed. As the author, as the director, whatever you want to, the storyteller, you can simply put Tony somewhere else and put somebody else in this place. You can literally do that. Like, you don't have to do it that way. That's the only point I'm making.
I mean, obviously, but I feel like that's a little bit different, in my opinion. True, they had to do it
because I mean, like, you could have had. Shuri constructs something,
All I'm saying is Superman was right then and there fighting Darkseid, and then he saw the kryptonite dang on the ground or something, and then he stabbed him. That been a little bit different. That's kind of how I compare to Tony and the Infinity Gauntlet thing. But the Superman thing, hold bro, let me just completely explain. You can disagree still, but the difference is, to me, is like Superman has so much time. He's flying towards him. It's slowly destroying him. Wonder Woman's over here. Freaking Batman's over there. I don't know what Batman could do. Maybe throw some smoke or something. And Wonder Woman could sneak them. I don't know. But anyways, Wonder Woman's over there. He has plenty of time while he's flying towards him. He didn't need to do it. Like, it was just like he just chose to kill himself. Just so it could be like, oh, I had a heroic moment.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, his plan was to simply fly him and stab him with the spear. His plan wasn't to also get stabbed by Doomsday at the same time.
I thought he was getting killed because the kryptonite was like hurting him.
No. What killed him? Kryptonite doesn't kill Superman; it just weakens him. What killed him is that when he went to stab Doomsday, Doomsday countered and stabbed him at the same time with his hand and went through his chest. That's what killed him.
I mean, I understand that, but why would he like?
So but you're training like Superman was like, I'm going to go fly Doomsday and let him stab me, like he intentionally did that or something.
No, I didn't say that specifically. I'm saying, why would he fly towards Doomsday with a kryptonite spear when he has someone else who isn't hurt by kryptonite, who is just about as strong as him and who is good with weapons?
Well, as you saw in Justice League, Wonder Woman is nowhere near as strong as Superman.
You said what?
But Wonder Woman is nowhere near as strong as Superman.
She's near it. She's enough to. She's good enough with a spirit where she could have made it up. I'm saying that it was just like he just was being heroic. He was just being heroic, overly heroic when he didn't need to be. He could have survived and just went home to his wife if he would have had Wonder Woman get the spirit.
See what Z-Boy is saying. The people could have wrote it differently.
Yeah, just like with Iron Man.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, it's a situation to where a heroic. You ever seen Collab City?
No, I get what you're saying, but I mean, I think there's a lot of context you're missing there. Superman was talking to Lois. She had the spear. He picked it up. He flew at her. While he was doing that, Wonder Woman was in the process of fighting Doomsday. She was literally fighting him right then and there. It'd be kind of weird for him to go up to Wonder Woman while she's fighting Doomsday and be like, "Hey, hold this spear." No, he just flew and stabbed him. It wasn't his intention to get stabbed at the same time. He didn't try to die.
Maybe that's fair, but I mean, I feel like she could have got it, but that's a bit fair, I guess.
Yeah, and you know her added powers. She could.
She was.
The people could have.
Yeah, she was fighting Doomsday. She was right there next to him, so she could have still got the spirit. It'd been different. If she was somewhere else, but yeah, whatever. I
just hope for the future of the DCU. I don't want to see Calvin Ellis. I don't want to see Black Adam. I just want to see good stories.
But basically, to understand what I'm saying,
Rock's gonna be Black Adam. I want to see that. I want to see him rock bottom somebody and say he's the most electrifying man in the DCU.
Anybody watching, you can go watch a video called Collab City. Collab City, when the writers want to kill off a character, it's basically about
I know what you're talking about, but that situation was nowhere near as silly as what Collab City did in that video.
I mean, he kind of exaggerates stuff, but you get the concept. Like when a writer just wants to kill off a character so bad, where it's like that character didn't need to die, but
right.
But you gotta also, Zack Snyder did want Superman to die. If you talk about from that, but there's a reason for it. Like, this will go back to what I was saying earlier: killing character for no reason, killing for a reason. Superman's death was supposed to inspire the other heroes. That was the purpose of his death in terms of the story's narrative, specifically Batman. Superman's death. That's why Batman had the lines was like, "Man, at the end of the day, he was more human than I was," and that's why Batman had lines like, 20 years at Gotham, how many good guys are left or how many stay that way? It's things going along that lines where Batman started off one way, Robin died, then he started killing people because he forgot what it means to be a hero. Or in the past, even though Patty Jenkins just completely threw that out the window by fucking the story up, Wonder Woman stopped being a hero after Steve Trevor died, and then she disappeared for 100 years. Superman shows up, and she's supposed to bring about the new age of heroes because he's the only person doing it simply because he believes it's the right thing to do. And it's not, even though everybody in the world hates him, everybody's telling him, do we even need Superman? Do we do this? He's just trying to do the fucking right thing because he had one dad telling him he should, another dad telling him, well, maybe you shouldn't. He's trying to make his own decision. Look, what I'm saying, there's a story there. And to just ignore it in any and all story context because you don't like it.
I mean, like I said, I get it.
Zack Snyder, he was just trying to do the Injustice storyline, and so that would have been cool.
I get it perfectly. Like everything sounds good on paper. I get it perfectly,
And then there's also a lot of Stewart. Like I said, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice was supposed to be two separate movies. It wasn't supposed to be one movie. It was supposed to be
because the problem with Batman v Superman, I honestly hate that movie, but but it's like because it's a lot of like how kind of like the way the heroes are introduced. And like I understand it completely. Like I understand the Save Martha scene, but that scene was one of the worst things I ever seen. But
what made it the worst scene ever?
Huh?
What made it the worst scene ever?
I said one of the worst scenes, like the Save Martha. Why do you say that name? Like just because Vince, their moms both had the same name and all that. And
No,
And
it's not that simple. Like it's not as simple as just.
I understand. No, I understand 100% completely. You know, he saw the human in Superman because their mom had the same name. I understand it completely, but I think it's still extremely dumb. Like the way it was acted, the way it came
But it was
about.
also
Like,
a realization that right then and there, like, oh shit, this boy has a mom. Oh shit, I had a mom. Oh shit, my mom.
I understand that. I understand that.
It's a lot more to it than just you have the same name as my mom. Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. No, well, first, Batman was in a frenzy. He was
Like I said, I understand that. I think it still was dumb though, the way it was executed. I think execution mattered. I understand completely, but the way it was executed, say Martha, and why you say that, it just was unintentionally funny to me. It just was unintentionally. It was unintentionally a humorous scene for a lot of fans because of the way it was just made and the way it came about. But yeah,
I think people just like to complain about stuff because I've seen way. For me, if somebody's going to call something bad, I think it has to actually be bad. You know, what I mean, there is not liking something. That's one thing, but to say something like I remember a while ago when they did that reboot of Devil May Cry, and some people was like, "Well, this game is terrible." Like, is this a bad game? Are you serious? I mean, like I've played bad games that don't work, games where the controls are buggy, games where the camera shit, like I've played bad games because you don't like the way, like you say, the story could be executed or something. Does that make something bad? Or just means it's not your cup of tea. I think those are two different things entirely.
I mean, was that Save Martha scene really executed well though?
I don't think it was executed badly.
Was it executed well though?
Martha.
You said what, Lauren?
I would probably say their connection, but didn't have to be just because both of their moms' name is Martha.
Well, once again, it's literally not that simple. I mean,
I know it's not that simple, but why is both their mom's names Martha?
Because it is. Zack Snyder didn't make that up. That's literally their mom's name, Martha Wayne and Martha Kent. That's not something he made up.
Yeah, but I'm like saying he could have wrote it in a cooler way to where like okay, some other connection between the two, not just because both our mom's name is Martha.
I'm sorry, bro. I was bust out laughing when he said "Save Martha," and he said, "Why do you say that name?" That was hilarious.
Well, once again, Lorna, it wasn't simply because their moms had the same name. I know Zebo, you get that, but I don't think Lorna understands it. It literally was not just as simple as that. It was a lot of things.
Oh no, like I understand, but I'm just saying one of the things. Well,
because
yeah.
But I understand you. So you said it's not executed badly. Was it executed well?
Yeah, I think it was.
What about was executed well? Was the acting good?
Yeah, I think Batman gave a pretty badass speech right before he tried to go fucking slam kryptonite to Superman's chest. I think Superman's attitude during the fight was actually executed very well because he never really wanted to fight Batman the whole time he was being there. Like, what about it was executed badly? I mean, I don't think anything was executed terribly at all.
Oh well. I just hope that the Flashpoint movie fixes everything.
I think what was executed well. I think the fact that Batman finally got snapped out of his kill rage that he was going through for the last couple of years because he was pissed off that Joker killed his son was executed really well. Because realistically, I understand where Batman was coming from in that film. And I love seeing the Batman that kind of fell from grace and is not the hero you recognize. And I love the fact that seeing this thing that he had this beef with this person simply because of what he saw happen in Metropolis while he was there on the ground, and he was just taking out all this anger, frustration on him. I love the fact that just like you said, just because he heard that name, it kind of made him stop, think, and pull back. Like, yo, bro, what the fuck am I doing right now? Like, I'm about to kill this person, and he's literally not even trying to fight me, but I'm going to kill him anyway just because I'm going fucking crazy because I'm mad that God's a piece of shit.
I mean, the acting in the scene isn't horrible, so it might just be more the dialogue. But it's not horrible, but it is a bit unintentionally funny, like the way he says it, you know. But yeah,
I also think the fact that Superman, assuming he's about to take his last dying breath, literally just saying, "Hey, save my mom, bro. Hey, leave me gonna, go save my mom, bro. Like for real. Like I thought, like on a human element as a person, just looking at it, I was like, I fucks with that.
Save Martha.
All I want from DC is to see Gotham City sirens. That's all I want to see.
Well, they were gonna make that, but they scrapped that. And they
Yep.
Prey instead.
And they made Birds of Prey, and that's why it tanked.
Oh no, it tanked because they called it Birds of Prey, but it wasn't like the Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
I don't even hate that film, but looking at it, like, this isn't the Birds of Prey. This is basically a Harley Quinn movie with the title Birds of Prey slapped to it with characters that aren't really the birds.
Red cape circling. The red cape circling.
What?
Yeah, the Lex character, yeah, not a good choice.
No, I fucks with Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
He's not Lex
he's more like the Joker.
He's not even the joke. I mean, he's not. He's
no,
like
no. Hold on, time out. I'm not gonna let that pass.
He's like a better Joker. He's like a better Joker.
No, not even that. You can't even.
You're not going to let that pass. But you said he's a great Lex Luthor. What?
Yeah, because
what?
Because he has the exact same. You could not like his performance, his portrayal, whatever, but take everything. Just take everything that Jesse Eisenberg said in that film and apply it to Clancy Brown's Lex Luthor and have him say those exact same words. He has the exact same mindset, ideology, and guide of Lex Luthor.
Man, characters could say the most interesting sounding things, but like
no, it's not about what sounds. I'm talking about like
Lex Luthor wouldn't put a Jolly Rancher in a person's mouth. Come on, Soul.
Yes, he would.
Come on, Soul.
Yes, he would. No,
come on, Soul.
This is people fail to understand. Once again,
Lex.
Hold on, wait a minute. This is people fail to understand. It's an Elseworld story, so you can't get mad at it because it's not like what you watched as a kid growing up in the cartoons. It's an Elseworld story. That was the case. The Dark Knight Returns is
every Lex interpretation wouldn't put a Jolly Rancher in a person's mouth.
No,
any interpretation, any portrayal.
You can't say that because I saw the interpretation of Lex Luthor straight up kiss Amanda Waller because he was going crazy. What I'm saying is like, and a fundamental, what matters is you keep in the core of the character and what that character believes intact. Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor has the exact same beliefs and motivations of every other Lex Luthor. Nothing's different. He's not like a Joker at all. It's like you didn't listen to anything he was saying or what he did at all.
It's his mannerisms that was like the Joker.
Well, you could say that.
Well, the quote unquote Joker, quote unquote. I mean, Heath Ledger's Joker is. I finally watched Dark Knight all the way through, like a couple hours ago. Today, actually, this is my first time actually watching like all the way through, and that movie is absolutely amazing. Heath Ledger's his Joker is absolutely like incredible. So that's why I said Lex Luthor in that movie is like a better Joker. But yeah. Like I get what you mean, Loner, about like he has Joker like tendencies, like kind of the way he acts, but he's not the Joker. He's not even the Joker. So just was
he believes and does everything a Lex Luthor would do.
It's not about his motivations. We're talking about Loner's talking about his mannerisms, right?
Yeah.
Even though I don't think Joker, the Joker probably put Jolly Rancher in somebody's mouth. It'd be a lot more funnier and cooler about it, maybe. I don't know, but I don't know. He felt like
but this is something I think a lot of people lose because I think people get so focused on the comics they read as a kid or the cartoons they watched as a kid that they don't understand what a different interpretation something is, but also the time period and what's happening and what and who the character is in that point in that time period. That Lex Luthor is a Lex Luthor in the modern world who was a Lex Luthor, and who grew up like in the world of, like, social media quirkiness and all this stuff. Like, it's not the fucking 60s or the 70s or anything. We live in a world with like trolls and shit posters and all these things, and people.
Yep.
And people.
Yeah, but I mean, I
why not just make him another
get that,
character?
but it's like he just seemed kind of too quirky to be Lex, you know.
Like Jared Leto's Joker, he was like, I was like, well, dude, fundamentally, what the Joker is he's a fucking, well, he's a super criminal, but he's a gangster with a clown fetish. No matter whether he's like you go back to he's like a old mobster type gangster, or he's like anything like, what does a gangster in 2017 look like? Jared Leto Joker. Like, that's what I'm saying. You gotta think about what time you're being told in, and get out the like the. I'm not saying you have to like something, but you can't hold something for being accurate.
Yeah.
If somebody walked around in 2017 dressed up like how Jack Nicholson did, and I was like, bro, no gangbanger dresses like you today, like a fedora, and you know what I mean, like
yeah, right.
I mean,
wearing chains, driving Lamborghinis and shit because it's 2017. Like, it's like,
I mean, I get what you're saying. So, but I mean, at the same time, Joker is quirky, so he wouldn't really follow modern times. But anyways, I get what you're saying. But like, at the same time, why don't they just make it a new character? Why?
Because it's
associate this goofball with Lex Luthor? Like,
because it's a different take, and you cannot like the take. I'm not saying you have to like the take. What I'm saying is, like, at least, like, you have to at least appreciate the fact that they kept the character's integrity, and what I mean by their beliefs intact. They kept, like I say, if you just fuck his mannerisms and how he's portrayed, take every line of dialogue, every reason, every motivation he had, and put it to Clancy Bond from the animated series. You could totally see him saying everything he was saying about his complex with God, about Superman representing God, and everything. You could see Clancy Bond saying all of that stuff. He might not say it in the same mannerism or in the same tone, but those beliefs are Lex Luthor's beliefs. So you can't make him a different character because he's still representing the same character. He's representing the same person who hates the fact that Superman is called Earth's favorite son when I'm fucking Lex Luthor and I'm a human and he's not human. I'm from Earth. He's not from Earth. You know what I mean? Like, it's that God complex that Lex Luthor has.
I don't know. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I just feel like in that case, just because I would feel some type of way, like if Luffy was like, I don't know, some type of stoic or something, like in a live action, like just make it a different character. Like, I get what you mean, but like it could have just been like another person of the Luthor family, like a new character.
But also, and to your point, he was, because that was Lex Luthor Jr.
Oh, okay then. Well, all right, fine.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Yeah. I've usually seen the original Lex Luthor, like, you know, him. And then the next movie was like his son or something, like kind of like how they had L and then they had Near. It could have been like that, where it's like they could have had Lex Luthor and they could have had Lex Luthor Jr.
Yeah, true.
Well, yeah, but see, I feel like that goes back to someone saying, "Well, I like it this way, so I wanted to be that way." And I was like, and to my point is, didn't like at that point. Well, you know, just don't watch it. But to say because it's not the way I want it to be, that by default makes it bad. That's just a terrible argument to me.
I mean, you're right, but it's not really only that. It's just like I probably wouldn't have a problem with the Lex Luthor Jr. guy if he wasn't supposed to be Lex Luthor. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just kind of it, really. It's just kind of like keep the integrity. I understand, you know, what you're saying about different interpretations, but I just feel like I don't know. You're right, though. I guess it's just personal opinion. At the end of the day, like everything.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if the movie, if I sat here and it was just like I thought everybody's acting was terrible, movie had terrible effects with terrible plot and terrible this, I would not be sitting here defending. Like, nah, that was just bad, because that's something that's actually bad now. But like,
I mean, the acting was not that crazy, but
there are things that I've seen that I could understand. Well, this is executed well. I just don't like it. You know, like, you ever seen a movie called like Drive? Like, I was like, well, this movie's so fucking boring. But I'm watching, good camera angles, good acting. The story makes sense. It's not a bad movie, and I won't say it is, but it's like, I don't like this movie.
Right.
I mean, you're right, but the problem is I just don't think Batman vs Superman is executed well. Like it's just I don't know, just I don't know. It feels like student film made to me, but
Hey, but I'm finna
Where we going?
head out. Well, y'all, but sorry I couldn't stay long. But like, next time I'll stay longer.
We'll be going for an hour and a half anyway, so I was thinking about wrapping it up.
Okay.
I was thinking about as a matter of fact, since you about to head out, Lorna, go ahead and give some final thoughts, and then boy, you can go after him, I guess.
Just for final thoughts, MCU, I'm excited for the upcoming stuff. For DC, I just want screw the continuation and all that. Just give me some good stories and some good character arcs, and that's just pretty much what I got to say. On that note,
I gotta watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, but I gotta watch WandaVision first, though. But
yeah, WandaVision is like a good character arc throughout the episodes.
Okay. Z-Boy, anything you want to leave off on? Anything or just anything?
Despite how hard I've been getting on DC, the Snyder, you should check out the Snyder cut for Justice League. It is actually good. Like Steppenwolf was a better character. I did a name is not cool, but him as a character was actually really good. And that Snyder cut, Cyborg was span on more. Just check it out. Just check it out.
Yeah, no. It's, the Steppenwolf actually had a character, and yeah, it just goes to show you it's how treacherous of a studio Warner Brothers is for slicing shit up and fucking shit up and stuff like that. Like
right.
They done it with a lot of stuff. Like I don't even hate Suicide Squad, but when I heard what David Ayer actually wanted to do, like it was supposed to be shit like when Joker's supposed to team up with Enchantress and just all these other things that was supposed to happen, and then they're supposed to have a way darker tone and shit, and then Warner Brothers came in and was like, "Nah, we want you to make it like Guardians of the Galaxy." It's like, what? Why don't you just let people do what they want to do?
Yeah.
And
I mean, some of it kind of comes because they were trying to keep up with Marvel,
Yeah, I mean that's the wrong way to go about it, though. It's like just like don't worry about getting somebody else's audience. Just worry about building your own. I don't think Oda gives a fuck about what anybody else does in Shonen Jump right now. He's just gonna do what he does.
That's true. I mean, despite what I said about the tattooed Joker, he was better in the Snyder cut Justice League. He was a bit better. Like for his little short scene.
Well, and it sucks because that's really not even Jared Leto's fault, man. Like the dude film, they said he said he was supposed to have about 45 minutes of screen time in that movie. Then Warner Brothers cut it down to 8 minutes. That's a lot of his performance you took out. There's a lot of shit.
That's trash.
Yeah, they cut a lot of his performance out. So so you really, and then even from the little snippet you got, the dude was still like what you would think of like the Joker. He was still just as chaotic, or he was still just as like the dude busting into a fucking facility with a bunch of dudes with machine guns and panda heads on and started shooting scientists. Like the dude's still the same evil piece of shit. He's just in 2017 when that movie, or 2016, whenever the hell that movie came out.
I mean, to me, the Joker is more than just about being an evil piece of shit, but is a certain way he goes about it. But I get what you mean. He's as evil as the Joker, but I get what you mean, though. But yeah, the Zack Snyder Joker was good. Like the little short time he was in there, like in the Apocalypse Dang or whatever. Wonder Woman was dope. And
whenever Justice League Part 2 to see what Zack Snyder, how he wanted to wrap all this up. It sucks that Batman v Superman got condensed into one movie when we were supposed to get two separate movies. It just sucks that Warner Brothers just didn't let the dude tell his story the way he wanted to tell it. That's just
yeah. Wonder Woman was good in the Snyder cut, and then in the Justice League, like how they play her music, like when she falls and stuff, and like
Wonder Woman's badass, bro. And then Zack Snyder's Wonder Woman is so much better than whatever the fuck Patty Jenkins did with her. Like the way he puts Wonder Woman and choreographs her in action scenes compared to how Patty Jenkins used her, it's just like it's not even comparable, man. Like he truly understands like what she's capable of. And
bro, that scene in the what was it? It was like a robbery, and she was deflecting all them bullets.
That shit was badass. Just, I mean, it's just fucking metal, man. And then she fucking cut. Oh, you know, I'm not going. That could be.
Yes, they play her theme.
But nevertheless, right on the hour and a half. Perfect time to cap it off. Thank you everybody for coming through. That was the SOULcast. I think it says episode 8. it's gonna get changed to 7. But outside of that, tune in next week. Oh fuck! I wanted to ask Zebo, do you read Black Clover?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then, fuck. I wanted to ask everybody when I forgot to ask everybody when they read Black Clover or not. You don't read it at all, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then, fuck. I mean, that'll be a thing for next week. We'll just see from there on out. Thank you everybody for coming through. Your boy Soulfist, Hell Hydra.